Voila! I am the model for the killer in General Homicide.
But you couldn't possibly be. He's a complete figment of my imagination.
Monk, I know you think you wrote a fictional character, but there's no doubt that it was based on me. Let's review. He was a coffin maker, as was I. He's highly intelligent, he's very methodical, and he's dangerously handsome. That's the description in your book.
But those similarities are just coincidental.
Oh, Lucy, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then...
Victor, leave Sigmund out of this, please. Look, I will give you. You are dangerously handsome, and you're very intelligent, and I guess you happen to be an ex-coffin maker, but you're not the cutthroat killer of General Homicide.
Oh, my God. It adds up. I've characterized a homicidal maniac on my own father.
Tiens, mes enfants, why the long faces? It's an enormous compliment.
Frank, how much GH152 have you
How long have you been taking
When was the last time that you took it?
Stop it! Frank doesn't need to be interrogated. He needs help.
It's okay. I've been taking 20 cc's a day ever since I fell off the roof.
Why would you do this to yourself?
I thought it might be nice to live. A drug saved my life.
Like, how did you ever get it?
I'll be happy to answer all your questions later. Right now, I'm in serious withdrawal. My guts feel like they're in a knot.
Frank, I will take care of you.
Give me some GH152! If I don't have it, I'll die. It's only a matter of time.
A second seems like a minute. Every minute seems like an hour.
Dr. Alicia Martino to room 671.
Do you want me to leave, Scott?
No. You arranged for the corneal donation. Serena wanted you to be here, so I want you here when she comes out of surgery.
She's gonna come out of this with flying colors, Scott.
Flying colors? What does that mean? Those are just meaningless words.
Scott, listen, Eve is not being glib here. The success rate for a corneal transplant is really high, okay?
Good, good. I just want the doctor to come through the door with some good news.
I didn't want any of you to find out about this. I was handling it on my own.
We'll talk about it later. Let's get you stabilized first, Joe. His BP is 150/90, pulse is 96, and his respirations are rapid.
I got some questions for you, Frank.
Well, you know what? Not now, because your questions are really low on his list of things to do.
What do you want with Frank? He hasn't done anything illegal.
He interacted with a known dealer and solicited an illicit drug.
You know what? I'm taking him to the hospital, and if you have a problem with that, Garcia, it's too bad.
Hey, no problem.
No,
I'll see you all there.
I'll grab Frank's coat.
Got him.
Where do you think you're going?
To the hospital?
Oh, no, you're not.
You can't stop me.
You are some piece of work. Frank almost died because of you. And then he gets hooked on some experimental drug, and you don't bother to tell anybody? I guess watching him fall off the roof wasn't enough for you. You wanted to watch him slowly die, bit by bit. I was trying to help Frank stay alive. That is not helping. If anything happens to Frank, it is on your head. I may have helped Frank get the GH152 to stay alive, but he wasn't taking it because of me. Look, I wasn't the first one to give it to him and get him hooked. Oh, then who was?
Your father, Julie.
Yeah, that's right. The great Bennett Devlin used your boyfriend as his personal lab rat.
I'm going. Frank needs me.
Victor's right. Why did I do this? Why did I base a killer in my book on my father?
I don't know. Maybe it's as simple as just that Freudian complex thing.
There's nothing simple when it comes to the mental health of my family.
Good news. Not only did this arrive in plenty of time for your wedding on Friday, it's a perfect fit. How do I look? No, don't tell me. I'll bet I look exactly like the brilliant killer in that hot new bestseller, General Homicide, soon to be a major motion picture.
Victor, stop. Do you have to keep reminding us that you were the inspiration for a murder? Doesn't this upset you just a teeny tiny bit?
Au contraire, ma chère. The murderer in General Homicide outsmarts everybody, from the cops to the goose. Not only does he get away with murder, he gets away with murder several times. That's not an easy feat. No, no, to be the inspiration for such a crafty devil is an enormous compliment.
A compliment? I've unconsciously based a killer on you, and you call it a compliment?
Doc, it's okay. Let's just try to put this general homicide out of our minds just for a little while. Can we try, please? Because we have a wedding coming up. We have to look forward to one of the happiest, supposedly, days in our lives. Come on, let's try.
Well, I'd like to do that, Lucy, but I'm having a hard time losing the image in my mind of my colleague dying right in front of my eyes, just the way she did in my book.
I know. I can only imagine. But please, can't we just try for a minute to focus on something good? Isn't it very positive that at least we're going to be celebrating our love?
I'm sorry. Yes. Our wedding is one of the lights at the end of the tunnel, isn't it?
But so long as you're sure that it's not an oncoming train.
I will get that. Hello.
Yeah, Lucy, it's me.
Scott, is Serena okay?
Yeah, listen, we just found a cornea donor, so the doctors have taken her into surgery.
My baby, she's in surgery? Okay, okay, we'll be right there. This is it. Doc, they found the cornea donor. We gotta go.
At last, finally some good news. Victor, do you want to come along?
No, you go ahead. I have some important things I have to take care of.
Why does that make me nervous?
Dr. St. Cyr to
This
room
waiting is driving me crazy.
Dr. Camille St. Cyr to room 703.
You know, I thought it was tough worrying about patients when I'm a doctor, but it's even harder when I'm a sister, you know? When I was a little kid, I used to fantasize about having a sister. And when I met Serena, she was better than anything I could ever dream about. It's weird, we really connected, even though we didn't grow up together. We both hate broccoli. We both love caramel popcorn, but without the nuts. And the real kicker is, we both love the Three Stooges.
Serena has taken me places in my heart I never thought I could go. And if there is such a thing as karma, she's got so much good coming back to her. And I know that Scott doesn't want to hear this from me right now, but I never meant to harm her.
I know that. It was an accident, Eve. I don't hold you responsible.
Scott does.
Give him time. Come on, with the accident, all I can think about is Serena right now.
I would give my life not to have caused the damage that I caused. Not only did I hurt Serena, but I hurt Scott. I don't think he'll ever be able to forgive me. And maybe he shouldn't.
There's no news. We should have heard something by now.
Scott, a long surgery is no reason to think the worst.
Karen, let me ask you something. Do you think she's really scared?
She's under anesthesia. She doesn't feel a thing.
Well, she shouldn't be in surgery!
Perfect. Just what the doctor ordered.